Another beautiful day out of M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. It's a sellout for a matchup out of the AFC North, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. The greatest players in Bengals history and the greatest players in Ravens history. We are underway in what is a beautiful 70-degree day from Baltimore, Maryland. Lamar Parrish on the return is hammered by Eric Weddle at the 23. To the field for Cincinnati is the man who has the NFL record for career completion percentage, Pro Bowl quarterback Joe Burrow. And he has played Lamar Jackson in so many games, the first edition of the all-time rosters franchise between Burrow and Jackson is with the playoffs on the line in week 11 of the season, all-time Bengals, all-time Ravens. They'll begin the game at their own 23. First down and a handoff to Dillon, who gets into the secondary, breaks a tackle, and he's got the first down.
The ball carrier on the play. Gain of 20.
A marvelous run from one of the more quiet running backs in the league. A phenomenal football player out of the late 90s in Corey Dillon. He releases on a deep drop from Burrow, who finds Chase over the middle. First down. There may have been no more popular connection throughout the 2020s than Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, two of the best at their position in the league at the time. Joe Burrow back on a three-step drop, heaves it to the end zone. This one to Johnson. He makes the catch. The officials will discuss whether he scored a touchdown, and he did. Touchdown Bengals. Take a look at the marvelous connection. Joe Burrow, who slides in the pocket and finds his man on a jump ball. That was Rod Woodson in coverage, and Chad Johnson won that jump ball for the Bengal touchdown. That is his third touchdown catch of the season, and the extra point good from Shane Graham. It's 7-0, just a minute and 19 seconds into the game. A 44-yarder to Ocho Cinco, Chad Johnson. And now Huber runs into it and sends away the Cincinnati kickoff to the electrifying Chris McAllister, a phenomenal cornerback and return man out of Arizona. Brings it back to the 21 and sets up the MVP quarterback out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson. He was passed over by everybody in the league, taken as the last pick in the first round in 2018. 10 touchdowns and 11 picks for the outstanding quarterback this season. He's been a bit mistake-prone and has completed just 55% of his throws, but still provides one of the most lethal threats at the quarterback position in the league, a 1-2 threat at both running and throwing. Off the Lewis run, let's introduce the Ravens offense. Derek Mason and Kadri Ismail, their receivers. Mark Andrews at tight end with Leach and Lewis to round out the offense. The Ravens rank 25th in yardage this season, and the Ravens not much better in scoring the ball, ranked 22nd in the all-time roster franchise. Gut run to the backup Ray Rice for a pickup of 2. Let's check out the starters for the Bengal defense, ranked 15th in the all-time roster franchise. Leon Hall, Lamar Parrish, Ken Riley, Geno Atkins, and Tim Crumry. A formidable secondary led by Hall of Famer Ken Riley, who ranks in the top 5 in NFL history in career interceptions. He just picked off his first pass last week against Pittsburgh. Third down, a run to Rice, and he is denied. Stuffed by Williams with the 29.
Number 27 on the run. Gain of 2.
Nick Rice in hand and a sellout from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. The 2-7 all-time Bengals, the 3-6 all-time Ravens. Colt drives this one away into the hands of Parrish at the 28-yard line. Spilled by Starks at the 36. The all-time Bengals have had very little success since they were established into the NFL back in 1968. 3 Super Bowl appearances and no championship titles for the all-time Bengals. Dillon on the toss picks up a couple. Cincinnati's offense, despite the lack of Super Bowl success, is loaded with talent. Chad Johnson and Jamar Chase at receiver, Bob Trumpy to tight end. Pete Johnson joining number 28, Corey Dillon. Not to mention A.J. Green, making for as good of a 1-2-3 tandem at wide receiver that there is in the league. All of them perennial Pro Bowlers. Second down, Burrow looks towards the middle and fires to the tight end Bob Trumpy for the first down, gain of 17.
Gain of 17.
Along with the trio of receivers is the four-time Pro Bowler out of Utah in Bob Trumpy, who is a phenomenal football player, catching passes from Ken Anderson to the 70s. Lewis forces a fumble, and it's picked up by Johnson. Ray Lewis, one of the greatest linebackers of all time, jumping right through for the strip sack. 2nd and 14 after the loss. Bob Johnson there to prevent a turnover. At the 47, they'll go back to the air. Screen pass to Dillon. Nothing doing on that play. The AFC North features one of the great championship franchises in the league and the all-time Pittsburgh Steelers. Cleveland, during the Super Bowl era, has been a laughingstock, but before then, led by Otto Graham and Jim Brown, were a phenomenal franchise, and then here are the other two franchises in this division. Burrow on third down, going deep, incomplete. This is Kevin Huber, a Pro Bowl punter out of Cincinnati, to send this one away. A bit over 40 yards a punt this season for Huber. And he drives this one towards the end zone, and it sails to the 5 and bounces in for the touchback. The all-time Baltimore Ravens went 3 and out on their last possession. First down, they'll begin this one at their own 20. Jackson turns, hands it to Jamal Lewis, the 2003 Offensive Player of the Year. A gain of 5 on the play. Jamal Lewis ran for 2,066 yards that season, third most in NFL history. An all-decade team of the 2000s, part of that Super Bowl run in 2000 for the Ravens. First down, Jamal Lewis. Not much disguise in the offensive game plan for John Harbaugh, the all-time Ravens. 5 plays, all of them runs in this first quarter. They'll go to the ground again. Jamal Lewis wrapped up with the 41, a gain of 5.
Number 31, the ball carrier, gain of 5.
Cincinnati jumped onto the scoreboard with a touchdown of 44 yards from Joe Burrow to Chad Johnson. 2nd and 5, screen to Lewis, and he goes backwards.
Number 8, with the pass completion. Loss of 4 on the play.
The all-time Ravens have had a rough year on third downs, converting just 30% of their tries. That is next to last in the league. Only Atlanta has been worse. Third down, Jackson under duress, and he's taken down for a sack. Geno Atkins closes the first quarter with another big play for the defense on third down. End of one from Baltimore, 7-0 Cincinnati. So many incredible games between Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. Joe Burrow taken in the 2020 draft out of LSU. Lamar Jackson out of Louisville in 2018. 2 outstanding football players, and they meet again. They'll also close the season in Cincinnati, week 17 of the all-time roster franchise. A 14-yard return sets up the electrifying Joe Burrow with good field position. Already up 7 on the road in sunny Baltimore, Maryland. Play fake from Joe Burrow, who begins this drive looking deep, launches it to Chase. First down.
The catch is made for a first down.
Marlon Humphrey, 2-time Pro Bowler out of Alabama, with the tackle in that Ravens secondary, which has been tested early by Burrow. Dillon the back, and he'll get the call. Not much doing that time. Ray Lewis with his 4th tackle.
The ball carrier on the play. No gain.
Lewis has filled up the stat sheet this season with 65 tackles, a team-high 12 for loss, 2 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles this year, including 1 today. Off the blitz, Burrow fires to Chase, who breaks a tackle, and Chase is gone. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
What an incredible performance for the debut of Joe Burrow. It helps that Jamar Chase did a lot of the work off of that pass as he goes all the way for the touchdown. Already close to 100 yards in just the first half. Graham for the extra point. And that kick is good. Jamar Chase, who has the 4th most yards per game in NFL history at wide receiver, already with 75 in the first half. 6:36 to go. Glad you're with us in this first half out of M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Nick Rice in hand in a dandy. Joe Burrow with 2 early touchdown passes. McAllister on the return is wrapped up at the 23. 3 outstanding quarterbacks for the all-time Bengals. Ken Anderson, 1981 NFL MVP, start of the season. Boomer Esiason, a phenomenal player, MVP 1988. And Joe Burrow's an MVP caliber player, too.
Number 8 throws incomplete. Second down.
Among the most accomplished MVP quarterbacks is this guy, Lamar Jackson, who just threw the incompletion. Top 10 all-time in yards per carry at the quarterback position and also in passer rating. He lobs it deep, and there's Kadri Ismail, first down.
Number 87 with the reception, first down.
Kadri Ismail helped the Ravens win the Super Bowl over the Giants in 2000. Makes a big catch and picks up the first. Leon Hall, an outstanding cover man from Michigan, was there all over Kadri Ismail. First down off the blitz. Here's Lewis, who sheds a tackle at the 50, dances outside, and has enough for the first down. What running from Jamal Lewis. 36 yards today, over 570 on the season. One of the better backs in the league, Pro Bowler out of the University of Tennessee. Another first down. Jackson on the deep drop. He'll tuck it and run. This is among his best attributes in a pickup of 7.
Number 8 on the carry. 7-yard gain on the play.
In the all-time roster franchise, only Cam Newton of Carolina has more rushing yards of the quarterback position than Lamar Jackson. Rice crawls to the 30, a gain of 3.
Number 27 gets the call on the run. Gain of 3.
An outstanding group of running backs, led by Jackson at the quarterback position, too. The Ravens are among the best at this. Jackson handing it on the toss, and Lewis is buried by Maualuga.
Number 58 with the tackle. Loss of 2.
Justin Tucker, among the most efficient field goal kickers in NFL history, and has the NFL record for a 66-yard long. Drives this one from his range, really a chip shot, good from 49. Matt Stover is pretty good in his day too, but Justin Tucker just a little bit better as the starting field goal kicker for the all-time Ravens. He belts it into the end zone, and Parrish downs it for a touchback. Joe Burrow has been red hot to begin the game. 7th highest rated passer in NFL history. But he just can't seem to beat Lamar Jackson. That's been his struggles in so many years. Joe Burrow, 5th tackle already from Lewis.
1-yard loss on the play.
Hall of Famer Ray Lewis, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time Super Bowl champion. Has the most tackles as well in NFL history. Burrow on a deep drop at 2nd and long. He checks it down to Chase. A pickup of 10 on the play.
Number 9 completes the pass. Gain of 10 on the play.
Whether it be Dwayne Starks or even Hall of Famer Rod Woodson, no matter who the Ravens have on Chase, they've been no match. Burrow lobs it into traffic, and the flag is down.
Pass interference, defense. First down.
Terrell Suggs on the penalty, 2011 Defensive Player of the Year. First down to the 35. They'll go run with Corey Dillon once again, and that will send us to the 2-minute warning. Roquan Smith, the tackle.
Gain of 2.
A good 1-2 punch at middle linebacker for the all-time Ravens. Ray Lewis patrolling the middle during the late 90s and into the 2000s, and Roquan Smith. A sack there from the blitzing Rod Woodson. A loss of 7 on the play. Woodson, a phenomenal stealer, but also helped fortify the Raven defense in 2000. He's there for the quarterback takedown, his first sack of the year. Brooks and the Bengals have been denied.
With the carry. 5-yard gain on the play.
Cincinnati's Kevin Huber set to send this one away. Ed Reed deep to return. Huber gets rid of this cleanly. Plenty of distance on this one, all the way to the 18, and Reed is buried at the 22-yard line. Lewis Breeden with the tackle. A bit under 2 minutes left in the first half. All-time Ravens have a chance to chip into the Bengal lead, down by 11 late in the first half. Jackson flips it to his left with a flag down. Lamar Parrish, the guilty party. Six-time Pro Bowler out of Lincoln in Missouri on the penalty. A star out of the 70s for the Cincinnati defense. Jackson with the blitz coming. He's going deep. There's Torrey Smith with the catch, and Torrey Smith is going to go all the way. Touchdown. Boy, Torrey Smith had about 5 yards of distance between the nearest Bengal. You can barely see him on the screen as he outruns everybody to the end zone. The Ravens may not have Hall of Famers at the wide receiver position, but they are capable. Torrey Smith taken to the second round in 2011 out of Maryland. The extra point is good. 1:29 left in the first half. Torrey Smith with his team best third touchdown catch of the year, and that one a long way. Kadri Ismail and Derek Mason are the 1-2 at wide receiver. Torrey Smith is their number 3. And then guys like Zay Flowers, Mark Clayton, Anquan Bolden, and Jermaine Lewis round out the receiving corps for the all-time Ravens. Not quite the Pro Bowl experience of the Bengals receiving corps, and they'll take the field with 1:24 to go in the half. 14-10 Cincinnati. Burrow back on a 4-man delay rush. He guns it into traffic, and Johnson gets leveled at the 35.
The intended receiver on the play. Second down.
Bit of a hospital pass that time into coverage with Starks and Woodson covering. 5 men on the rush. Burrow over the middle. That pass is swatted away by Woodson.
The pass falls incomplete. Number 18, the intended target on the play. Third down.
Ed Reed and Rod Woodson are the Hall of Fame safeties for the all-time Ravens. Burrow on third down. He's going to test that deep ball down the left sideline for a leaping chase. Huge catch and a first down. 45 yards on the deep ball to Chase. A phenomenal catch with number 45 Marlon Humphrey, first-round pick in 2017 out of Alabama, in on the stop. With a minute to go in the half, Dillon races to his left, and Lewis is there to bring him down to the 30. A spectacular first half out of the Bengals' Joe Burrow. Blitz is coming. Burrow shoots it deep, and Chase had plenty of room to score had the ball been in front of him. Nonetheless, a terrific catch and a gain of 16. Their 5th first down already, the Bengals. Green on the outcut is down to the 6.
Number 18 on the reception. Gain of 8 on the play.
Joe Burrow carving up this defense. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Burrow to Chad Johnson. We've got a man down on the field. 3 touchdowns in the first half from Joe Burrow in his debut. The blitzing Dwayne Starks shaken up on the play. Extra point from Graham, who has been busy in the first half, and that kick is good. Joe Burrow, what a way to begin the all-time roster franchise. 11 of 14 in his debut for 222 yards and 3 touchdowns in just the first half. Ken Anderson, the 1981 NFL MVP, played 10 games and had 4 total touchdown passes. Reed brings it back to the 21.
Number 20 on the return.
The all-time Bengals have made a statement in this first half with a flurry of points on offense. Jackson has rarely thrown the ball in this first half. His Ravens may have to with 28 seconds left in the half. Nope, they'll run the ball. Here's Lewis inside. He crawls to the 32, and the Ravens will burn their final timeout with 21 seconds left in the half. Torrey Smith, Derek Mason, Kadri Ismail, Jamal Lewis, and tight end Mark Andrews, the receiving threats for Jackson. First down, he's looking, steps up in the pocket, And here's a look at his incredible speed, and he slides to the 49. But time is of the essence. Down to just a few seconds to go in the half. Jackson off the no huddle. He's back to pass, fires to Ismail. The Bengals will give him that. Wrapped up with the 33. 2 quarters complete in a shootout. Cincinnati 21, Baltimore 10. The second half coming up next. (21-10), Bengals at the half. A total of 423 yards of offense between these two spectacular franchises. Reed returns to the 22. 4 touchdown passes between 2 heated rivals. Joe Burrow of the Bengals with 3 and Lamar Jackson with 1. That was the 73-yarder to Torrey Smith to keep the Ravens in the game. Draw to Lewis to begin the third quarter, and he's got more than enough for a Raven first down.
Number 31, the ball carrier on the clock.
Spectacular numbers from Jamal Lewis so far today. He came in tied for 6th in the league in rushing average, and he's going to boost that total with his performance today. Smith over the middle, picks up 9 on the catch. Lamar Jackson 5 for 6 with 122 yards and a touchdown and a perfect 158.3 passer rating today. Rice stacked up with a 43. The Ravens, led by Jamal Lewis, ranked 7th in the league in rushing this season. 108 yards per game on the ground for this all-time Ravens offense. Here is their bell cow, Lewis with a gain of 3. He is the 2003 Offensive Player of the Year. Behind him is Ray Rice, Derrick Henry, Willis McGahee, and fullback Vonta Leach. Out of the empty, Jackson is back on second down, lobs it. There's Ismail, who runs by everybody. Touchdown, Baltimore Ravens. Qadry Ismail, Super Bowl champion of the Ravens. David Fulcher overran him, and he runs all the way for the touchdown. Jackson celebrating. That is his 12th touchdown pass of the year. To trim the lead to 3, here's Jackson out of the gun. He's looking. He'll tuck it and run, breaks a tackle, and is denied. It didn't even get back to the line. Pro Bowl safety Deltha O'Neal, All-Pro in 2005, with the tackle, joined by Hall of Famer Ken Riley. 5:39 left in the third quarter of a shootout between Burrow's Bengals and Jackson's Ravens. Parrish on a hop from 3 yards deep, out of the end zone. He gets leveled at the 19, and he is down. That was a huge hit from the defense. Parrish, not just an outstanding return man, he is 5th on the all-time interception list in Bengals history with 25 playing in the 70s. Deep drop. Burrow's going to go deep on the first play of the drive, and Chad Johnson's got it.
Number 85, with the catch on the play. Gain of 57 on the play.
And you saw it there, 279 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. It helps when you've got a guy like Chad Johnson getting by the defense. And he beat Ed Reed on the deep ball. The Bengals averaging about 13 yards per play today. Over the middle to Chase, and he goes all the way. Jamar Chase is in for the touchdown. This is a much-respected Ravens defense in the tops of the league this season, and they are getting drugged up and down the field, led by Burrow and the perennial Pro Bowler Jamar Chase. Extra point good from Graham. Jamar Chase, the 2021 Offensive Rookie of the Year, 169 yards and 2 touchdowns. 4:55 to go in the third quarter, and you can just see the continuity and the chemistry between two guys who played a lot of games together, especially against Lamar Jackson of the Ravens in the 21st century. 4:51 to go in the third quarter, and if the Ravens are to come back in the game, they've got to keep on moving the ball. The Ravens with 262 yards of total offense today. Jackson off the play fake. He's going to try and match the Burrow long ball. Incomplete.
Ball's incomplete. Number 87, the intended receiver.
Lamar Jackson comes into the game, the second lowest passer rating among starters in the all-time roster franchise, a 70.3 passer rating, much better today, but Jackson is sacked by Sims.
On the carry, 7-yard loss on the play.
Pat Sims getting more playing time due to the injury to Trey Hendrickson, the lone defensive injury for the all-time Bengals coming in today. 3rd down and 17. Jackson goes deep to Mark Andrews. A popular connection themselves. A gain of 27. Lamar Jackson was taken in the final pick of the first round in 2018. And then 2 rounds later, early in the third, Mark Andrews was taken off the board by the Ravens out of the University of Oklahoma. He made it to a couple of Pro Bowls and set the single-season Raven record in receiving with 1,361 yards in 2021.
3-yard gain on the play.
A single-season rushing record holder for the Ravens. On the ground, Jamal Lewis, another 3. Jackson back, flips it to his left, and he's nearly picked off by a leaping Adam Jones.
Number 8 throws incomplete.
Ken Riley, Adam Jones, Reggie Nelson, Deltha O'Neal, Leon Hall, David Fulcher, Louis Breeden, and Tommy Casanova.
Ball start. Offense. Still 3rd down.
Those are the members of the all-time Bengals secondary. A lot of those players helped the Bengals lead the NFL in defense in 1983, in the middle of their 2 Super Bowl trips in the 1980s. 3rd down, 12 to go. Jackson's going to launch it to the end zone, and there's Qadry Ismail. Touchdown, Baltimore. The expectation was Burrow and Jackson were to put up some points, and they have not disappointed. Ismail just running a deep route, and there wasn't a Bengal in sight, running right by Leon Hall. What a spectacular performance from these 2 high-powered offenses. The extra point is good. 2:51 to go in the third quarter, and Qadry Ismail is on the board again. 142 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that gives him over 400 yards receiving this season. An outstanding player, Qadry Ismail, who did not have any catches in 1997 or 1998 with anyone in the NFL, and became a big part of the Ravens' offensive attack, led by guys like Trent Dilfer in 1999 and 2000. 1st down, gut run to Corey Dillon, who gains a couple on the ground. Burnett with the tackle. Well, if the Ravens know anything, they know how to draft linebackers. Rob Burnett, just one of the many outstanding all-pro linebackers for this Ravens all-time defense. A lot of them on the blitz here. Burrow goes deep. A little bit of miscommunication on that play.
Number 85, the intended target on the play. 3rd down.
All-time Ravens linebackers, Adalius Thomas, Matt Judon, Rob Burnett, Bart Scott, Elvis Dumerville, C.J. Mosley, Peter Boulware, then, of course, Terrell Suggs and Ray Lewis. Burrow will tuck it and run on a 3rd and 8, and he's got the 1st down.
Number 9 with the carry. Gain of 11.
The Bengals 33% on 3rd downs this season, 2 for 4 today, and that was a big one. 1st down, Cincinnati. 28-23 and a barn burner. Dillon on the draw. Near the 1st down, ruled a little short.
28 gets the call on the run. Gain of 10 on the play.
Corey Dillon, 20th on the all-time rushing list, playing with the Patriots and the Bengals from 1997 through the mid-2000s. Burrow's back on a 2nd down, checks it down, and Johnson's got the 1st. Look at the numbers of Burrow today.
With the completion. Gain of 2 on the play.
In his debut, Burrow goes over 300 yards in just the first 3 quarters against the vaunted all-time Ravens defense. Burrow throws it away, incomplete.
Number 9 can't complete the pass.
Cincinnati came into the game ranked 24th in total offense this season, but they have run all through the Ravens today. Draw to Corey Dillon, and he is hammered to the 49. We've got a man down. 2-time All-Pro Haloti Ngata, the defensive tackle, out with 16 seconds to go in the third. Third down, Burrow fires over the middle to Chase. That combination has been wrecking havoc. 193 yards for Chase. Third quarter complete. The Bengals 28 and the Ravens 23. Fourth quarter coming up next. All right, the fans at M&T Bank Stadium have gotten their money's worth today in a division duel between the all-time Bengals and the all-time Ravens. Burrow with the Humphrey blitz completes it to Green, his second catch, and a gain of 8.
Completes the pass. Gain of 8 on the play.
Bengals defensive back Lamar Parrish, we saw carted off of a injury in the first half of the game, has sustained a broken collarbone. He's out for the rest of the season. We've got another man down, and the injury is to Adalius Thomas. He is out with 7:21 remaining in the ball game. Third down and 5. Burrow throws to Green. A pickup of 13 on the play. A.J. Green, second leading receiver in terms of yardage in Cincinnati history, 7-time Pro Bowler out of Georgia. First and goal, Burrow scanning the defense. Pressure's coming, he lost the ball on a sack, and it's recovered by the Bengals. Rod Woodson with a pair of sacks today, a savvy safety who made it to 3 Pro Bowls during his run and a Super Bowl championship too with the Ravens in the 90s and 2000s. Incomplete. Such a lethal secondary. We haven't heard much of Hall of Famer Ed Reed today, but Woodson has picked up the slack in a big way. No go ground. James Brooks, the backup, maybe a yard on the play. Bengals running backs are Corey Dillon, James Brooks, Joe Mixon, and Cedric Benson. Pete Johnson at fullback. They didn't do much in the red zone, but the field goal salvages the drive for Cincinnati.
The kick is good.
Shane Graham, an NFL journeyman of the 2000s out of Virginia Tech, played with the Bengals from 2003 to 2009. He'll send away the kickoff after the field goal, and McAllister wrapped up by Ray Mawaluga at the 20.
Number 21 on the return.
Glad you're with us, and an absolute dandy. 31-23, the all-time Bengals in the league. Gut run to Lewis to begin the drive, and Lewis is off to the races. The 50, the 40, and there's not a Bengal in sight. 80 yards for the touchdown. The first touchdown run of the season from Jamal Lewis, and it is a good one. The Bengals defense, they've got some speedsters there, but Lewis was just a little bit faster. And the Ravens, who missed the last two-pointer on the other end, will try it yet again. They are 1 for 4 on two-pointers this season. Jackson looks, throws in the end zone to Mason. And we are tied at 31. Phenomenal job from Jonathan Ogden and that offensive line, giving Jackson plenty of time to throw. Ogden is the one Hall of Fame offensive lineman, but Tyler Lindenbaum, Kevin Zietler, Marshall Yanda, Orlando Brown Jr., and even guys like Ronnie Stanley, Matt Burke, Michael Orr, Max Skura, and Edwin Mulitalo round out a phenomenal offensive line. Ben Grubbs as well. And the all-time Ravens offensive line, really everybody on the offensive end have played well. Dillon runs over Suggs and picks up 2. Boulware with the tackle.
The
The all-time Bengals and the all-time Ravens, and a good one out of the AFC North. Burrow with the blitz coming. He'll tuck it to his right and is taken down for a DeJuan Landry sack. First time we've heard of the top 5 finisher for the 2006 Defensive Rookie of the Year, safety DeJuan Landry. 3rd and 9, an all-out Raven blitz. Burrow throws to a wide-open Green. Reed with the tackle.
23-yard gain on the play.
The all-time Ravens have some phenomenal defensive backs, but it's hard to cover all 3 of these superstars, Chad Johnson, A.J. Green, and also Jamar Chase. We've got a man down, that is offensive lineman Bobby Williams. Bobby Williams, who won Super Bowl 47 with the Ravens, is down for the Bengals and out with 3:39 left in regulation. Burrow guns it to a leaping Johnson. Ray Lewis with the tackle.
With the reception on the play. Gain of 4 on the play.
The 376 yards passing is already the most by any quarterback in a game all season. On 3rd and 5, Burrow's going to go back again, his 26th pass of the day. And this one going deep is tipped in the air and incomplete. Woodson swats it away. And that gives Jackson, the Ravens, the ball with 2:57 left in a barn burner. Huber for the punt. And he drives this one away, deep but returnable, into the hands of Reed at the 10. Spilled to the 14-yard line by Simmons, and he is down and out. It should be noted Bobby Williams has also broken his collarbone. The Bengals have 2 players out with injury for the rest of the season. A brutal day of injuries for Cincinnati. Bobby Williams at offensive line and Lamar Parrish at defensive back.
7-yard gain on the play.
And already down Trey Hendrickson, Jamal Lewis is running all over the hampered Bengal defense. 2nd and 3. Gut run to Ray Rice. He's got more than enough for the first down.
First down, Ravens.
He's the number 2 back just behind Jamal Lewis and just in front of Derrick Henry. Ray Rice in 2011 had the 2nd most yards from scrimmage in a season in Ravens history. A phenomenal athlete. Over the middle, there's Torrey Smith for the gain of 14. A look at the numbers today for these 2 phenomenal quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson, in many games, those would be great numbers, but Joe Burrow's been even better throwing the ball today.
Number 8 can't complete the pass.
A team-high 7 pass deflections from Hall of Famer Ken Riley, including one there as he got a hand onto the 45. Jackson lobs it into traffic, and Leon Hall is there for the interception. Ogden brings him down on a return of 9. Leon Hall with his first pick of the season. And for Lamar Jackson, that was an ill-advised pass. Well, part of the struggles of Lamar Jackson in the playoffs was where he may get a little tight in close football games. He really struggled to come through for the Ravens for a large part of his early career. Corey Dillon on the call. Dragged down to the 44 for the gain of 7.
28, the ball carrier, gain of 7.
Joe Burrow runs the no huddle for the Bengals. 4-man rush, and Burrow goes down. Haloti Ngata is back in there from injury and is in for the sack.
Loss of 8 on the play.
6.5 sacks this season for Ngata. Burrow shoots it deep, and there's Chad Johnson out of bounds at the 20.
Number 9 completes the pass. Gain of 32.
And that pass puts Burrow over 400 yards in today's game. And Chad Johnson goes over 102. Was he inbounds? He absolutely was. 1st and 10 Cincinnati. High drama from Baltimore. Now the defense has got to make a play, and they've struggled in so many spots throughout the course of today. We've got a man down, and that is Hall of Famer Ray Lewis. A timeout for the Ravens, too. This is a major, major situation for the Ravens if he cannot return. Part of a laundry list of injuries both teams have faced throughout today's game. 1:03 left. Down Ray Lewis. Can the Ravens make a stop? Here's Dillon heading right. Roquan Smith in for the injured Lewis. Makes the tackle. Roquan Smith was traded in the middle of the 2022 season from the Bears and was a terrific linebacker for them. Brooks short of the first down. And we've got another injury, and that is Brooks out with 54 seconds left. Ray Lewis has sustained an abdominal strain, so he'll be fine moving forward, but is out for the rest of today. Graham hits the field goal, and the Bengals have taken the lead.
Kick is good.
Shane Graham, a steady field goal kicker for the Bengals from 2003 to 2009. He is 12 of 14 on field goals this season. Lamar Jackson has had a fine day until that most recent interception to Leon Hall. Can his Ravens do it again? A touchdown needed to win it, a field goal for presumably overtime. McAllister taken down by Casanova. Justin Tucker, a look at his numbers in the all-time roster franchise this season. 6 makes from beyond 50, including a league-high 57-yard long. He has made one from 66 before. A Hall of Fame caliber kicker warming up for the Ravens. Jackson on first down. He's going to go for it all here. Down the field, it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Number 85, the intended target on the play. Second down.
Leon Hall, who led the league in pass breakups in 2008 with 24, there for the pass breakup, and it's 2nd and 10. 34-31, the score late in regulation. Jackson throwing into traffic, and that one's knocked away by Hall again.
Has his pass fall incomplete.
Next week, the Bengals are back at home to take on the surging all-time Browns. Meanwhile, Baltimore plays on Thanksgiving night against San Francisco next week. Jackson fires into traffic, and that one's off the hands of the defense.
Pass results in an incompletion. Number 85, the intended receiver on the play.
Reggie Williams was there for the pass deflection. The Ravens, before they can think touchdown, may want to think first down. 4th and 10. Jackson looks, throws it short to Andrews, and he is down. The all-time Bengals have come into Baltimore and led by 400 yards from Joe Burrow. They have defeated the Ravens 34-31. To be exact, it's 408 yards and 4 touchdowns from Burrow. That concludes a thriller from Baltimore. The all-time Bengals dispatch their division rival and keep their playoff hopes alive. Cincinnati 34, Baltimore 31. This is the All-Time Rosters franchise with Charger 95.